Hey guys, the Irish Demon here, back with another video. We have a pretty hilarious restraining order from Thurston County. It's my favorite day of the week because these restraining orders are always really, really juicy. Now, for whatever reason, the judge is not on screen, nor is the respondent in this. The two people you see on screen, they're husband and wife, and they're having serious problems with this mad Karen neighbor. There is a lot of cuss words in this one, so if you don't like those, probably just be prepared to mute at some point. Although I think most of you are here for the same reason that I am. So let's get going.
Do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can put your hand down. And how is it, we call the petition up here. How is it you need an order against Ms. Hauser?
Ms. Hauser is my next door neighbor, and she has been increasing in severity and frequency in her aggression towards me, my 13-year-old daughter, and my husband, Michael Cook.
How so?
Well, most recently on Saturday, 10/25, Sharon woke up my family at 4:15 in the morning, screaming obscenities, calling me a fat fucking whore and a dumb bitch. She threatened to kill me. She frequently wakes me up and pulls her truck out of our driveway.
I didn't expect it to be so much profanity so early in this one. Yeah, that's her husband down there, the kind of clean looking member of ZZ Top.
Blares her music. She follows my husband while he's taking my daughter to school. She's gotten out of her car in the middle of the highway and slammed her hands on the passenger side where my 13-year-old daughter was. I think she was 12 at the time when that happened. And called her a little fucking bitch and said that she's going to kill our family. She's pulled a knife as recent as April 11th, 2025 on my husband. She will like shove recycling bins into my husband. She frequently tells me and screams at me that she's going to kill us, slice us up in the middle of the night, calling me a fat ass bitch, threatening to kill me. I'm a goddamn fucking whore.
Jesus.
She throws her cigarettes over on our property into our driveway. She
Free
throws her
cigarettes, though.
dog's feces onto our cars and puts it underneath our handles of our
Ooh, that's a dirty one. That is a dirty one. But at least she's throwing free cigarettes at you. That doesn't happen every day. They're expensive.
cars. She has egged our house and our walkway into our home. She is unstable, and I'm fearful of what might happen next.
How long have you lived there?
So basically what she's saying is that her old ass Karen neighbor is a unruly 14-year-old boy with ADHD, it seems.
Most recently, I moved back in 2021, and this has been an ongoing thing, but like I said, it's increasing in severity and frequency.
This way, or is it,
I'm sorry.
exactly?
Can you repeat that?
Is it, a lot of times you see these neighbor situations, next door neighbors, you hear things like, oh, we started out as friends and then something happened. And then things go off the rails.
Just an asshole from the get-go.
Is that what's this? I'm just trying to get a little background as to how this got to the point where you're in court asking for a protection order. That's why, I mean, is it you don't need to repeat what you've told me. I'm wondering if there was like a certain event that led to all this, or whether this is just kind of how it's
Fucking okay. So this keeps happening with my OBS, right? So anybody who's watching who knows anything about OBS, it keeps doing this thing where it randomly freezes. So you guys can hear what's going on in the background, but you can't see anything. So just give me a second. You should still be able to hear me. I might just need to reset this like little piece here. It's such a pain in the ass. I'm hoping it works now. It seems like if I just turn that off and back on again.
Come to me and apologize when I moved out the first time.
It's working now.
She's very territorial. She thinks that she owns the street in front of her house. I think it was May of last year. My husband came home from a fishing trip from Canada at 3 o'clock in the morning, and he knew that we would all have to leave in the morning. We have a full house. We have a big family. And so he parked on the street, which is owned by the city or the county, in front of her home. And she lives alone, and she told me to tell him not to park there anymore. And I just said, no, Sharon, I'm not going to do that. And then she started to call me a cunt and a whore, and she's not the one sucking his dick and all this other stuff.
All right.
Lucky him.
I get the picture. I just asked him if there was a triggering event, and it doesn't seem to. Let me hear from Mr. Cook,
It's kind of ironic though that her name is Sharon, like literally rhymes with Karen.
and then I'll hear from Ms. Hauser. Mr. Cook, could you raise your right hand, please?
Well-dressed man.
And do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can put your hand down.
Thank you.
Did it freeze again? Oh no, he
Go
froze.
ahead.
Yeah.
I'll hear from you. How is it you need an order against Ms. Hauser?
Sir, I guess it's just the level of the escalation. I mean, it went from like verbally assaulting myself, my daughter, and my wife, to the fact that it's gone to the point where she's like pulled weapons on us now. I guess my greatest concern is that she's being aggressive towards our 13-year-old daughter. So I'm concerned because as parents that work full time, we can't be there all the time. Our daughter does.
No, we lost him.
He gone.
Uh-oh.
So
He'll-
we'll wait.
he'll Bring
Come back.
in. Yeah.
We'll just wait. Are you happen to be in the same house with him, ma'am, at the moment?
No, Your Honor, we work different shifts.
Okay, maybe you could, are you on your phone or
I
computer?
can call, I could try to call him and see if.
How about
We'll go
no?
with-
The air concerned with the fact I'm
Okay,
just
he's back
Checking
just
the
on
other
voice.
difficult.
sorry. The area I'm in, I'm just seeing patients in semi-rural area. So Sharon will drive by our daughter. She will swear at her. She will finger her. I'm concerned with the fact that she's already pulled a weapon on.
Whoa. I'm hoping that term means something totally different over there. I assume he means middle finger, not just the word finger. That would be really incredibly fucked up. So yeah, I hope that's what that means.
Semi-rural area. So Sharon will drive by our daughter. She will swear at her. She will finger her. I'm concerned with the fact that she's already
Bad
pulled a
phrasing,
weapon on
man.
me. I'm concerned that she's going to escalate her aggression towards our daughter. We have called the police numerous times, and they said that the correct path is to go through the legal process and put the legal protections in order so that they can respond accordingly. I want to make sure that we have everything in place so that if the attacks or the aggressions increase in severity, that we can call 911 and get an immediate response so that we don't get shot, stabbed, or any harm towards myself or my family, sir. I just want to make sure we have everything in place to protect our family.
So I'm going to swear in Ms. Hauser, and then I'm going to hear from her.
This will be good.
Could you raise your right hand, please?
Try raise your right hand without fingering somebody. No,
You
Miss
swear and
Hauser.
affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
You can sit down. So I'll hear from you. What's your position on what we just heard from Mr. Cook and Ms. Fernandez?
Gratefully, sir. First, I'd like to apologize to the court and to yourself for having to hear the language. I'd like to just briefly state that Ms.
And
Fernandez.
it's not, you shouldn't apologize to me for hearing the language. They're the ones hearing the language.
Yes, sir.
You know, I
They're the ones saying the language anyway.
that's what they say. So I would have you respond to that.
Yes, sir. And like I said, I'd like to, apologize to Ms. Fernandez for the language that I'm using. I am trying to defend myself, Your Honor, the very best way that I can against Ms. Fernandez's male husband.
Male husband.
I have lived in this neighborhood next to Ms. Fernandez for
I was going to say as opposed to what, but modern world and all
19 years, sir, with no problems. I have, we've had our point to where throughout this time, most of the incidents, sir, that Ms. Fernandez's husband has done these things. Ms. Fernandez has not even been home, sir.
Okay, well, what things?
Okay, Ms. Fernandez brought up the point about the vehicle parking out in front of the home. I have complained on a number of occasions when I started standing up for myself against Ms. Fernandez's husband, especially about parking in front of my house.
I thought it was family member,
Question,
no?
sir, he should answer truthfully that he blocks the shared entrance of our driveway with his recycle cans, with his garbage and recycle cans, to impede my entrance of being able to get in daily, weekly, sir. I have to deal with this. Also, he has a loud muffler on his car like the kids have. 0600 this morning, sir.
Zero
It's
six
a
hundred.
daily
What the
thing,
fuck?
but 0600 this morning. Vehicle started up, drove just the length of the driveway, stopped right underneath my window, sir. Rev, and then turned off. Everything, sir, now to where the stolen fences. There was a nefarious report made, sir, on October 31st. I was on duty out on post, sir. I wasn't even home. When I got off duty, sir, and got home,
Oh my God. When she says off duty, I have to know on duty or off duty doing what exactly?
my contractor fence is gone. The first original fence, sir, there's a privacy fence. I brought this with me today. There's a covenant that needs to be refilled. For 19 years, sir, I have been putting money into the shared fence. Miss Fernandez and her family has not helped one bit. So what I did over the summer, because, sir, the wood fit with the renters, with Summer, with Heather, with Shelley, with Miss Fernandez when she lived there the first time, with Miss Fernandez when she lived there the last time. The fence pieces, parts, partials, boards have blown down, and I, the only one, sir, that has been putting money into it. When the fence blown down this last time, Miss Fernandez is now in the home. The fence blows down, has 2 panels leaning on their side. I know now, after being terrorized by Miss Fernandez's husband all summer,
Ungodly minutes. Oh my God, it's frozen again. I seriously need to look into what's going on here because it is driving me insane. Bear with me here, guys. I'm sorry. It's just some thumbnail screenshots there for you weirdos to zoom in on. Let's see.
and I put up on my
Okay.
side of the property a nice chain link privacy fence. The other half of this fence, sir, the
He gone.
requirements from the city requires a silt screen because of the trade wars and things like that are happening. That silt screen has been bought and paid for. I'm waiting for it to be
Trade wars.
installed. When the panels blew over, now, sir, it's in the fall. The wind is starting to blow. Those panels are falling over. Miss Fernandez's male partner, her husband, sir, cut that fence down and removed it and brought it to his home. He doesn't even.
How many more synonyms is she going to use for husband? So we've had male partner, we've had family member and husband thus far. Specifically male husband, which is an interesting one to me. But then again, as I say, modern day, like you know, could be a shim. I'm not sure. I don't know. What other synonyms? All right, let's come up with some stuff here in the comment section. What other synonyms can you use to describe husband in the weirdest, most Karen way? Let's see them.
Even live here, sir. Where's my fence? So I had to call the contractor. I have on video, sir, where he took his lawnmower. And now my $5,000 fence, I'm trying to protect myself against any more terrorizing from this man.
So hang on a second.
Lastly,
Wait,
sir,
just stop. So I've heard you say a bunch of things about, apparently you have some issues with Mr. Cook.
Yeah, her male marital partner.
That doesn't explain all the name calling, horrible name calling that Ms. Fernandez is hearing.
Yes, sir. And I'd like to address that right now very quickly, sir. I'd like to, and have on a number of occasions, apologize to Ms. Fernandez. She knows that.
But even
Ms.
the
Fernandez,
fact,
I want to believe in her heart knows.
Hold on a second. Like, even, yeah, okay, fine, you've apologized. But the fact that you had to apologize on multiple occasions and are still doing it means the apology doesn't mean shit.
Apologize to Ms. Fernandez. She knows that. Ms. Fernandez, I want to believe in her heart knows that I want peace. I've been there with her youngest child. I've been there with her oldest child. Ms. Fernandez, sir, and her family, they're nice people. They're nice people, and I'd like to apologize again. Sir, I have no other tool to defend myself against the everyday onslaught. Why? The only thing, sir, that I could say is when Miss Fernandez went back to the neighborhood, she came in honesty, girl to girl and heart to heart. These things, sir, I said to Miss Fernandez, it's being hurt as a girl from the heart, lashing out. When Miss Fernandez came back to the neighborhood, she brought a basket with her, sir, a check for $250 and some food. She sat down with me, sir, in my living room when we talked. She told me when I first moved into the neighborhood 19 years ago, she was jealous of me. I don't know why. I'm an older woman, but jealous of my lifestyle, jealous of me. And I told her, you have no reason. You had no reason, and you still don't. The check, sir, for the fence. She offered me a $250 fence, an apology for me only being the one to maintain the shared responsibility
This
under
is
the
insane.
covenantal responsibility through the city for our neighborhood. I did not accept the check, but I told her I needed the food and I accepted the food. The problems we're having, sir, and believe me, I
Wait a-
will not and will not from my heart speak and hurt Miss Fernandez's feelings by the words that I've been using. But I have to ask your honor for this court's mutual protection also in this matter, because just like at 06:30 this morning, sir, and just like yesterday afternoon when I was doing my lawn, Mrs. Fernandez family member, sir, will stay.
She fucking did it again. Hold on, it's after shifting by a half an hour now. It was 0600 earlier, now it's 0630. He must have been revving the tits out of that car for a long time.
Stand there and follow me down the fence line. Predatory. It's predatory. I'm asking the court for grace. Miss Fernandez, I'm asking for mercy, sir. But I need protection,
Mercy?
sir, also. And I'm asking that today. The things that I have are set before me. It's all I have. My life, financial statements, tax records, my job as IMCOM at Post, the police report, sir.
As a what? What's her job?
It's all I have. Statements,
Gotta look this up.
tax records, my job as IMCOM at Post, the police report, sir. It's all
Can
I
somebody
have.
fill me in on what that is if anyone knows?
It's all I have, and I need your heart help. And of course, I do not want to hurt Miss Fernandez in her home, her rental home. But I'm telling you, sir, Miss Fernandez and I have the same problem. We have the same problem, sir. Okay, that's why the sill screen it's bought and paid for. The contractor came back out, sir, and put a 3-foot, 100-foot roll plastic contractor fence down that fence line, sir, to protect it until the sill screen comes. It's like I've been talking with the PD, letting them know when the house was painted through the summer, when Joey roofed the shed. Every time I have done something to my home, I've had to suffer for weeks of retaliation from Miss Fernandez's family member. The thing is, sir, that contractor's fence, sir, on
Surprised she
October
didn't call him
31st.
baby daddy yet.
In my heart, absolutely believe that a nefarious phone call was made, reported right here on this paperwork from the Yale PD, to have maybe have me arrested so I would be in jail over the weekend and not be able to see a judge until Monday morning. So none of this could be investigated. The fence was removed. The fence is gone. The contractor fence has been stolen, removed, nowhere to be found, sir.
Someone
Mr.
stole this
Nichols,
lady's
the one that
fence.
has been, Officer Nichols, the one that's been coming out to the calls, sir. I pointed over at the CV camera at the schoolyard that we live across. I let him know that I've petitioned public records. It's right here in this report, sir, for that camera between 1500 hours, sir, until 2000 hours to see if anything could be seen on their camera, because it faces our home, sir. It captures everything in our neighborhood. If that fencing, that contractor's fencing, sir, can be seen being stolen and removed, and exactly what happened to it and who did it. Right now, the fence is still.
Hang on, I'm gonna have to stop. We just lost Mr. Cook again. Could you have him come back on, please? I don't want you to say anything until he's back on the Zoom call.
What's the betting she tries to say something before he's back? And my money's on it. Come on, Karen, Sharon, say something. Anything. Nothing. Is it frozen again, or is she just not moving?
We'll do that after.
Yeah.
Oh, she said something before he came back. Nice one. What's going on here? Come on, man.
Mr.
Yeah, it says he's joining Wednesday.
Come on, ZZ Top.
Cook in place.
There was
Is that for today? Yeah.
Stop sign. Full locations. I'm out seeing patients in the community, and I don't know why
Okay.
I have 4 bars of service, so I'm sorry.
Stop right there. Don't move from right there.
No, I'm at a stop sign.
Well, no, yeah, you need to be not driving. So
Yes,
I
sir.
want you pulled over and parked.
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay,
No,
great.
you're not.
But I'd feel better about that if you were eyes on me and not looking around.
Yes, sir.
I am stopped, he says, while
may
the world
continue,
is
ma'am.
literally
I
fucking
just
moving
wanted to
behind
finish
him.
very briefly, sir, with the finishing of that
He's
investigation
clearly
of the
driving.
fence. I absolutely, in my heart, believe, sir, that the only reason I'm here, Miss Fernandez, is having to address this issue with my foul mouth, and I again apologize to her sincerely, sir, is to cover up the investigation, sir, and the theft of these 2 fences. The first wood fence, finishing very briefly, sir. The first fence has been a shared responsibility that Miss Fernandez.
Hold on. So all of this is some kind of a crazy conspiracy to cover up the great fence theft of 2022 or whatever it was. Like, come on, man. Oh, fuck me. It froze again. Ah. Okay, this is doing my fucking hoop in here, man. 2 minutes now, guys. I'll have to do this thing where I switch it over and switch it back. So basically, if you didn't hear it, she's trying to claim that the reason they're bringing this order against her is because they're trying to cover up the great fence theft that allegedly took place that may or may not have absolutely anything to do with these people.
Upside.
Well, no,
Ma'am.
that if you were eyes, may continue, ma'am.
I just wanted to finish very briefly, sir, with the finishing of that
I don't think she can
investigation
do
of the
anything
fence.
briefly.
I absolutely, in my heart, believe, sir, that the only reason I'm here, Miss Fernandez, is having to address this issue with my foul mouth, and I again apologize to her sincerely, sir, is to cover up the investigation, sir, and the theft of these 2 fences. The first wood fence, finishing very briefly, sir. The first fence has been a shared responsibility that Miss Fernandez is the homeowner, and that is why, unfortunately, my things have been kind of addressed towards Miss Fernandez because Miss Fernandez's family member does not live there. That is her home. So, very briefly, sir, that
So
wooden
weird.
fence, like I told the young PD when they stood outside there, there's nothing I can do about that, sir. It's gone. Maybe on Miss Fernandez's family's property. I don't know. But as far as the one that I have, I need to protect it. That's why that contractor's fence was there. It is gone, sir. Gone. There's no way for me to protect it. I have also with me the letter from the insurance company way previous to this.
This has nothing to do with the
when the
order.
wood fence went missing because I knew from the behavior all summer long from Miss Fernandez's family members, sir, that I was going to suffer greatly at his hands, and I have. And that insurance, the letter from my insurance agent, sir, states very simply my concern over my fence and what I need to do to protect it, and that's what I was trying to do. But now, sir, without that contractor fence there waiting, and I believe it's the only reason why I'm here. The investigation of the theft of that fence, that contractor wants his fence back, sir. I had to pay to have that installed to protect, waiting for the second half to fulfill the covenantal responsibility on my half, sir. Whether Ms. Fernandez wants to remain, the lights, sir, let me just briefly end this for me. As far as the daughter is concerned,
God.
the 2 times stated, daughter's only been involved, has only been involved 3 times. I've made a point of it.
And I have to tell you though, ma'am, I'm going to stop you there. That's
Thank
3
God.
times too many.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Go ahead. You can continue.
No problem, sir. With the daughter, I've worked in education. I believe this is an attempt to keep me out of my profession. Lastly, sir, as far as the lights, the only reason Miss
Hold on.
Fernandez may be saying now anything
Hold
about
on a
her-
second. So she's saying that she believes that part of it is to keep her out of her profession because she didn't do nothing except for the 3 times that she assaulted these people's 13-year-old daughter. This one's naughtier than squirrel shit, man.
about their lights, the way our homes are, sir. They're very close, just that far away with a stone. My lights now, sir,
Oh, that
when
far
I
away.
pull out my
Stone's
garage
throw.
to go on duty, sir,
A lump
yes,
of
they
dog
may
shit's
come
throw.
out as I'm pulling out of my driveway, sir. The privacy fence that is required in neighborhoods like ours to prevent problems, to prevent things like this. The family member removed, sir, and Miss Fernandez as the homeowner of that property and is responsible. Miss Fernandez's family member has put a sign up on my fence, sir. I'd like that sign removed today, sir. It's my property. It is what I'm responsible for in my neighborhood. And if you look on the video, you'll see how beautiful mine is. He has again encroached. Miss Fernandez's family member has encroached again, forcing his will, just like with that sign that he has placed there, sir. Miss Fernandez and I, like I said, sir, has not had these problems. And again, I apologize for the language. The only tool I have to protect myself. And again, I'm going to ask the court here today.
What's the only tool you have?
The only tool, sir, that I've been using is a foul mouth, which I apologize again for, sir.
There was reference about a weapon.
Yes, sir. On that particular day, sir, that was another instance with the garbage cans. I was making my lunch. I was getting ready to go on duty. That knife that was said was a spreading like you would relish.
Why relish? I'm sorry, no. Oh, sorry. No, I don't know why that was so funny. I was waiting because we were all waiting with bated breath there to see what she was going to spread, right? It's the kind of knife that you'd use to spread. And you're all thinking the same thing as me, right? Is it going to be mayonnaise or is it going to be butter, right? Fucking relish. Why did she choose relish? Sorry, I don't know. That's just, to me, that was just really weird. So her defense mechanism is her foul mouth, right? Okay. What about yeeting shit at somebody's car? Like actual dog shit at someone's car, putting it under the handles of their car. I mean, yeah, this lady is just fucking insane. But
I was detained and arrested that day, sir, and brought to jail, detained for 4
of course
days.
you were detained.
There was no charges. I've never went in front of a judge. I still don't know, sir. I am.
Sorry, this bitch is crazy. Like, okay, even if it was a butter or relish knife, right? Like, I get it. What are you gonna do? Like, hold a butter knife to somebody and like, give me your wallet or I'll fucking spread you or whatever. Grand, but still, like, you're running out of your house with a knife. I don't know. This lady's fucking insane. Sorry, it froze again. I'm going to get this fixed before long. I have to figure this out, but oh God. I hope to God you all heard the part about the butter and or relish knife that she was using to spread people, because if you didn't, that would be incredibly embarrassing for me just standing there talking about that. Did that switch? Yeah. All right. Let's see. Hopefully it works now again.
There was no charges. I've never went in front of a judge. I still don't know,
There we
sir.
go.
I am very new at anything, these kind of settings. I still don't know, sir, what happened. But regardless of that, sir, that is the incident that Miss Fernandez is speaking about with that knife, sir.
With the knife?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're saying there was no knife?
Well, as I'm yelling at Miss Fernandez's family member, sir, yes, I'm emotional and I have my.
So you are swinging a knife? and
Well,
yelling.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Well,
you.
yes, I was
Yes,
swinging
sir.
a knife.
Okay. Do you have anything more to say?
Doesn't matter if it was a relish
sir.
knife.
Okay. So I'm going to hear from, I guess, Ms. Fernandez, just go in the
This is
same
fucking
order.
insane.
Do you have any sort of response to what you just heard from Ms.
Yes.
Hauser?
Absolutely.
What's the bet? And the relish spreading knife was actually like a machete. Oh, yeah, of course, sir, Your Honor. It was my relish spreading machete.
Absolutely, Your Honor. I believe there's some cognitive dissonance that's occurring here.
Definitely.
There's some
For
what now?
Cognitive
dissonance, as in
Okay.
the sequence of events that Ms. Hauser is referencing are not exactly what has happened.
No shit.
As far as me, yes, coming back to the neighborhood, we have had conversations. I did give her a $250 check. She did refuse
I'm
that.
just
As
gonna
far as
pop
me
off
saying
screen
I'm
here for a
jealous of
second,
her,
I'll be
no,
right
I
back.
said I've always envied her yard because she is an absolute like perfect green thumb. Her yard is beautiful. I was a single mom at the time. And so I was actually complimenting her. But being jealous of her as a person and herself, no, Your Honor, that is not the truth. Also, when it comes to attacking my 13-year-old, that is why we're here. Once you start escalating, verbally threatening a 13-year-old or a 12-year-old, the degree that there is within that adult person to verbally assault and attack a child, that is beyond the line. I am in the know that Ms. Hauser has some severe mental health diagnoses. She has been involuntary, like incarcerated as she was on April 11th for her mental health. This is in her previous job with the Bethel School District many years ago because she does have this mental health. You know, she has a long history of a childhood trauma, which I'm very sad for her, but I'm trying to prevent that from happening to my daughter. It's unexcusable. I'm going to protect my child at all cost. There is no moving of the garbage cans, Your Honor. We have like a large family. My daughter has neurodivergence. She has therapists that come here on a weekly, bi-weekly basis. We need to have parking for them. They often park in the street in front of our house and in front of Miss Hauser's house. Miss Hauser will block them in, park her car in front of theirs. I don't know if this is just like, again, her territorial thing about moving garbage cans, but there's one little concrete place in between our driveways where people can actually park their cars on the street. So we make sure to leave our recycle and our trash out there. We're very busy individuals. I'm a healthcare provider. I'm a nurse midwife in the community. I work 24-hour shifts. My husband's also in healthcare. As far as my husband's vehicle, his catalytic converter was actually stolen in Tacoma when he went to work. So yes, it is louder now, but it's cost $3,000 to repair. The car isn't even worth $3,000. So it's nothing that we're doing intentionally to Mrs. Hauser. However, I feel like the narrative that she's created in her mind feels as though we are doing this intentionally. We've always tried to keep the peace between us. I'm not sure if it's just because now I have my husband who's a male in the home. My husband is a very kind, gentle person. Um, he's not doing anything intentionally to harm or irritate Miss Hauser. Miss
What's the
Hauser
deal?
actually,
What's the deal on this fence?
yeah, Miss
Uh,
Hauser actually
Sure.
on, I think it was
I,
November or
I can,
No,
go
I'm
ahead.
talking to her. If you want to answer the question, let's have the conversation with her. If you want to defer the fence to him, I'll hear from him, but go
Yeah,
ahead, Ms. Fernandez.
on September 30th, Miss Hauser, and Mike can bring this in his own narrative when he gets a chance to talk, but she actually was upset and arguing with Mike about the fence, and then later came to our home, knocked on the door, and was like, Mr. Michael, can we please talk? Can you please take down that fence? She had already erected a new fence. She did not ask us to pay for anything. She didn't have a conversation about it. All we know is now there's a new fence. Like, so then go back on your word. And when you've requested something, we comply. We try to keep the peace. We want to be neighborly. My husband's Canadian, for goodness sake. Like he neighborly and friendly is like the definition of him.
So that fence you referenced
Fair
that's up
enough.
now, that's like the black chain link fence, is that I see in some of the pictures?
Yes, and she put that up. She did not say anything to
All
us
right.
about it. It was just erected one day and next to the wooden fence that was already there. And granted, yes, the wooden fence, one portion of it was falling over. My husband kind of propped it up because we're like, okay, that's something we need to deal with, right? So we're like, okay, and then next thing you know, she's got this new fence up and we're like, oh, okay. Like we still need to deal with that fence. But then she gets like stuck in her mind on these issues and goes over and over and over them and starts to scream and yell and curse at us. Like that fence is fucking coming down, Mike. And so then she goes off on him and then she comes over like within I don't even know, 10-15 minutes to have a conversation rationally. So she swings so far from right to left.
All right. Let me hear from Mr. Cook. Mr. Cook, I'll hear from you.
Sure. So a perfect example of the fence is I was propping up the fence, the wooden one that was broken, and then she gets a ladder, goes to the top of her chain link fence, pushes over, the wood that I was using to secure it, and she's like, "Don't touch my effing fence." And then I was like, okay, so I made sure that we had our cameras on because, the police had advised us to always keep our cameras on. So from the time when she was yelling at me about the wooden fence, like my wife said, she came over 10 minutes later, politely knocked on the door, and she's like, Mr. Michael, can I please talk to you for a second? And I'm like, okay, this is one of the moments where Sharon is being rational. She's like, I have the new fence up now. The old fence is 19 years old. I know it's rotten. I know it needs to come down, but I can't afford to take care of it. And I said, Sharon, I would be happy to take care of that fence. I would be happy to take it down. I would be happy to dispose of all that. I will take care of all of that. And I will make sure that it looks nice. And I did that and I made sure to have this on video of her asking my permission, asking me politely to take down the fence. So I did exactly what she said. And then now she's coming after us about the fence that she politely asked me to take down after she was screaming and yelling at me. I mean, that's like a perfect example of the irrational. And mowing, the only time I walk up and down the fence, sir, is when I take the lawnmower and I mow. And then I take our leaf blower and I purposely blow it away from her property. I'm hyper careful not to irritate her. I blow everything away from her property with our leaf blower. I make sure to keep our yard nice. Like, I try very hard to keep a very nice yard and not irritate Sharon. I mean, we lock our doors during the day. We keep our blinds closed. We do everything we can to limit interactions with her so we don't get attacked, and then have her come back 10 minutes later perfectly rational. I mean, like my wife said, she definitely has some divergence, and that is just an ongoing issue. And I don't know why she has an issue with me personally. Maybe because it's male. Maybe I don't know, sir, but she does not want me anywhere near Shanine or the house, or it's just unfortunate. And I do need to take care of my daughter, and I do need to go see patients, sir. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but I do have
I
patients
need you here for a few more minutes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Don't leave just yet.
Yes.
And then, so Ms. Hauser, I'll give you the final word here.
Briefly on the
There's no briefly, lady. Ah, did it again.
nowhere to be found. I came home, sir, with
So Ms. Hauser, I'll give you the final word here.
briefly on the escalation of
You
that.
keep saying that.
Ah,
but-
yes, sir, on
okay.
the, briefly on the escalation of that fence. When I came home from work, sir, again, homeowner nowhere to be found. I came home, sir, with a ladder. The panels were pushed up and pinched up against my chain link fence. I stood on the back of my pickup truck and pushed the ladders away and told Ms. Fernandez, a family member, I don't think so. The next day when I came home, same thing. Pushed him away again. Mr. Cook is outside on the back of the porch hollering out my name. So I go out there. He was asking for permission to take down that fence, and I'm asking him to get the homeowner. No homeowner comes back out. I go back into the house. I do go over there, Your Honor, because all through the rest of the summer, especially with the child's book that I received from the library for him, went over there and asked him, what do you want done with this fence? I know that you're concerned about those two panels. So here again, Your Honor, I'm trying to bring peace. As far as never having the conversation with the original chain link fence, they've left out the fact that I did go over there before all of the summer drama started. Let them know that I was going to put up a chain link fence on my side though, and that the wood fence still needed to be remained to fulfill the covenant of our privacy, of our neighborhood. So the facts that they've given you, sir, they're not correct. That is what correctly happened with that fence, as the wind is now blowing and the panels are now leaning further on Ms. Fernandez's side. And that's how they chose to deal with it. That's what happened with that fence. And it has escalated. This has only been going on, Your Honor, now over these last couple of weeks, because the escalation of that fence being removed, me calling the contractor to have the contractor put up the 3-foot one to protect mine until the silk cream's done to fulfill my duties. I knew that it was going to escalate to this, and this is exactly what is escalated to, and that's why I'm here today. The theft of that wood fence and the theft of that contractor's fence, sir, to cover it up and to prevent me from fulfilling my duty. I again apologize for my foul mouth to Ms. Fernandez. It's a tool to protect and defend myself against the forced encroachments like the sign and the garbage can, the parking, the peeking in the windows of this man.
Okay, so ma'am, and I'm ready to rule here on this case. You know, first, but one thing I noticed that I haven't mentioned before now, and you say, well, this is all about offense, a fairly recent occurrence. That's not actually accurate. This is the 4th time we've been here between you folks. You know, this is the 4th time they've been asking for an order, going back to February of 2024. That's coming up on 2 years ago. So this is based, that tells me that this has actually been going on for a long time. And Mr. Cook was involved in that as well. And so people can park on the street. I heard what she said about the catalytic converter, which I know is an issue, which may create the car might be louder than normal. But on the other hand, your response to that, the way that you agreed, apparently it's at least somewhat of how you interacted and how you responded, and the names that you've called Ms. Fernandez, now involving somehow her child or their child in all of this. That I find that does rise to the level of harassment. And the only thing in front of me here today is whether or not an order is going to be entered for those two. And I am going to enter an order. There's not going to be a distance restriction. You're just not to talk to them. They're just not a part of your life for the next year. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Sure.
And so that way there's no good talk, no bad talk, just no talking. You understand?
Yes, sir.
You can go on about your business and they can go on about theirs. And, having said that, that doesn't affect your ability to use your property the way, you want to use. If you think you have an action against them for some fence, you can pursue that. But, I'm not making any rulings on that. You're just not to contact them. Don't. That's based on the pattern of, again, by your own admission, things and terrible things that you've referred to Ms. Fernandez as well as your interaction with Mr. Cook, and given the emotional situations where you're waving a knife around, that would give anyone pause. I would
Threatening to
think.
spread people.
And so, given that pattern that's existed over the years, I find that an order is appropriate, and it'll be in place for 1 year from today. And if you wait for a minute, we'll give you a copy, and then after that, you're free to go.
Your Honor, would that, will I still be able to fulfill that silk screen on that?
Ma'am, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm
just was
frank.
wondering.
I will be frank with you. I had a really tough time following what you meant by all that.
Just
I mean,
wondering.
if it's an improvement to your property or something you do under the covenants, yeah, the only thing this order does is keep you from talking to them.
I see.
That's all.
Okay.
I don't know anything about the covenants. I don't know anything about what's required there, or anything like that. But no, this just makes you stay away from them. That's all.
Okay.
Because I get the feeling that they really don't want to have any contact with you. I believe that based on my observing Ms. Fernandez, Mr. Cook, and you. They just want to be done with all of this. And hopefully you want the same thing.
That's correct.
And then if you comply with this order, then that would be true.
Thank you,
That
sir.
would, okay. And then a copy of this, you guys can get a copy of this off the Thurston County District Court website.
Well, there we have it. I'd love to say that I'm on the fence about this one, but clearly not. Like, the lady obviously has some serious issues. She's as mad as a bag of cats. But anyway, lads and lassies, thank you so much for joining me for this one. I knew it was going to be a good one. I had to flick through it before posting it, obviously, and because I rather do a live kind of a reaction to it. But I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure and hit that thumbs up button, and we'll catch you all in the next one. Slán chat.